A chair can look perfectly innocent until the seat is still warm, and then my brain suddenly becomes a tiny detective in a trench coat whispering, technically harmless, emotionally suspicious. Welcome back to Tidbits, where today a normal chair is being accused of recent human activity, because there is a soft orange glow on the seat, imaginary little detective tape around it, and somehow the chair is not dirty, exactly. It is holding evidence. That evidence starts with heat, which is rude because heat feels so personal. Human skin is usually around 33 degrees Celsius, or about 91 degrees Fahrenheit at the surface. And when someone sits down, fabric, vinyl, plastic, whatever poor material got assigned chair duty can borrow a little of that warmth. Then the person stands up, walks away, and leaves behind a thermal receipt. Not someone was here yesterday, not someone has conceptually used this chair. Someone was here seconds ago. The weird part is not the chair. The weird part is that warmth has a timestamp. And once warmth starts acting like a timestamp, my doodle detective gets unbearable. A tiny thermometer appears beside the chair. A fading, human-shaped heat ghost hovers over the seat. Little footprints point away with a label that says, "Just left," which is exactly the problem. A cold public chair can be ignored as background furniture, but a warm chair is narrating. It is saying in a tiny orange voice, "This space was occupied immediately before you arrived." That is where the feeling slides from hygiene into social weirdness, because personal space is not only the air around a body that is currently standing there. Your brain also tracks the invisible bubble around where a body just was. So when you sit in a warm bus seat, or a waiting room chair, or the one cafeteria stool that still feels like it has a previous tenant, it can feel like stepping into someone else's outline before the outline has had the decency to fade. If the previous sitter is still nearby, tying their shoe or grabbing their backpack, worse. Now the detective has circled the orange glow in red marker and stamped "too close" across the whole file. And once the chair feels socially occupied, the brain asks the nastier follow-up. What else did they leave behind? This is where the caseboard gets ridiculous, fast. Humans shed skin cells, oils, sweat, and microbes all day, because being a human is basically a very slow confetti machine. But most casual chair contact is pretty low risk compared with hands, mouths, shared towels, damp sponges, or anything that has been living a moist little life by the sink. The chair is probably fine. Probably. Disgust, however, does not wait politely for a lab report. Your brain can turn zero visible dirt into a full crime board if the evidence feels fresh enough. No stain, no smell, no actual visible problem. And still, from somewhere in the back office of the mind, a clerk stamps the form, "Stranger butt weather." I hate that phrase too, but the brain wrote it, not me. The red yarn now connects warmth to sweat, to stranger, to absolutely no visible problem. Which means the detective is dramatic, yes, but not completely random. It is reacting to a possible invisible trace, and warm, recent, body-adjacent traces get a special little siren. That siren is oversized, but it was built for a reason. Disgust works like an oversensitive smoke alarm. Deeply annoying when it screams about toast, very useful when there is real smoke. Warmth matters because it signals recency, and recency makes contact feel more relevant. A cold chair might have the same amount of old residue, maybe even more, but emotionally the evidence has gone stale. A cold chair can be just as used, but a warm chair feels more guilty, like the suspect just left the room and the door is still swinging. So the real category is not clean or dirty, it is socially haunted. Like the mug by the sink that becomes suspicious because of where it is sitting and what story we attach to it. The warm chair lives in that messy middle between physical cleanliness and emotional evidence. Materially, the object may not have changed much in the last minute. Biographically, it got loud. It has a recent chapter, a warm chapter, a chapter your personal space alarm reads in all caps. And the proof is that the feeling fades with the heat. Give the seat a few minutes, let the orange outline disappear, and suddenly the case looks much less urgent. Same chair, same world. The detective lowers the magnifying glass. The tape curls up at the edges. Nothing magical got cleaned. The evidence just stopped glowing. So that is why someone else's warm chair can feel weirdly illegal. Your brain reads leftover body heat as fresh evidence of another person's body boundary, then overweights possible invisible traces even when the chair is probably fine. Case file closed. Verdict: not illegal, just socially haunted. And as that little orange glow fades into a friendly sparkle, as always, stay curious, especially about the tiny everyday objects our brains keep putting on trial. If you have another ordinary object, habit, or body reaction that feels clean, dirty, or suspicious for no obvious reason, add it to the Tidbits caseboard. Today's witness was the warm chair. The red yarn is ready for whoever's next.